Hi guys, happy September. It's September 2nd. I wanted to come to you yesterday, but I didn't, stuff gets in the way. Anyway, so September for us is prep time for Pumpkin Town, as I have my Pumpkin Town shirt on today. We are working really, really hard to try to provide our guests with a fun-filled fall adventure safely. So we're doing things a little bit different. You have to bear with us. We're doing the best that we can under the circumstances to do everything that we can. And so I encourage you to pop onto our Pumpkin Town website, pumpkintown.com. It's going to give you all the details of how we're going to run things this year. Reservations do need to be made. We are going to do the ride, which is the ride must go on. You will be in the safety of your own little bubble of your own vehicle. So it doesn't get much safer than that. We are going to offer some food options. Obviously our apple cider donuts, because, apple cider donuts. Some popcorn and the pumpkin sippers, which are always popular. So hop on the website and take a peek. But I wanted to talk about some of the new stuff that comes in September, and hard squash is where it's at. So we got in a lot of our hard squashes. The white acorn squash is one of my favorites. This one here, if you follow low carb like I do, it's a great alternative to mashed potatoes. So basically you cut it in half, you roast it in the oven, upside down, cut side down, with some water, it steams it, you scoop it out, you mash it up just like mashed potatoes, and add whatever you want to it. So, cheese maybe, because cheese is low carb, or salt, pepper, and butter, because butter is not a carb. And on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yes.
So regular acorn squash, these are all native squashes, you guys. They're fantastic. They look really, really good this year. And then moving over, we have the buttercup squash, which is a little bit sweeter. That's also a fantastic hard squash. And then of course your butternut squash, the old fashioned. This one I look at it and I want to cut it in half and stuff it. That's what it screams to me. We have the angel hair spaghetti squash, which are smaller than a regular spaghetti squash, but even on the inside, their strings are a little bit smaller. So another fantastic low carb alternative. You can treat it just like pasta if you want, with pasta sauce, or do it with butter and garlic and whatever. But these are a smaller string, easier to handle because they are a little smaller. And can you imagine everybody having their own individual little half on their plate? Yum. And then the carnival squash, which is not only pretty, it's tasty. It is one of my favorite fall squashes, hard squashes. So I usually leave them out for decoration for a little bit, and then we cut them up and eat them. Delicata. Delicata has a following. I have people who email me and they want to know when the Delicata is here. It is here, you guys. It's here, it's here, it's here. Delicata is kind of an interesting squash. It's almost a mix between a hard squash and like your summer squash, so your zucchini and your yellow squashes. It's very similar to a cross between the two, so it's cool. And it's pretty. And then we have your regular spaghetti squash, which again is very similar to the angel hair spaghetti squash. It just has your thicker strands to it. We still have corn, so butter and sugar, and your silver queen. We got the silver queen back in. We had a little bit of a lull. Our farmer had kind of a bird problem, so we had a little bit of a lull, but it's back and it's fantastic. Get it before it's gone. Last call on blueberries. Blueberries are almost done, you guys. I hate to say it, because blueberries are my favorite, especially natives, especially this time of the year. They're almost done, so come and get them while you can. One other thing I wanted to mention is I had somebody from Portland, his name is Tony, reach out to me, and he makes spice rubs. And Tony's Smokin' Again is the name of his company, and he wanted to drop off some samples. I said, come on by, we love local companies. And great guy. Love chatting with him. Came in with his beautiful little daughter. But his spices are fantastic, and I want to show you those because we did buy them in, because I'm a spice girl. I like spices. I spice everything. I have, my pantry is filled with spices. Curly spice, I guess we'll call me, right? Curly or sassy, or I don't know. We'll come up with a name. Just make sure it's nice. So the first one is the Smoke Q Up, and that one is a good smoky spice. I did it on some chicken on the grill. It was fantastic, you guys. I can't even tell you how fresh this was. It is so good, and it's local Portland, you guys. Next town over. I mean, let's support, our local peeps. The other one that he does is the coffee rub, which is a coffee rub. So good, and not just because I love coffee, as you saw me holding my coffee cup with my little saying, sometimes I wet my plants, because I do, sometimes I do. But anyway, so the spices are fantastic. You guys really come on in and try them. Support a local guy. He's a great guy. Gourds. We started getting our gourds in. So if you want to do a little bit of fall decorating, we have all kinds of your fall gourds in. So your regular, you know, ugly nabe ones. Really, really a good variety, and everybody looks really firm and good for the early season. So I like that one. It's like a little star. Well, we're going to talk about stars in a minute. And then your white pumpkins. This one is one of my favorites. I love this one. I love that little munchkin. I forget what that one's called. Is that Pokemon? Pokemon is the name of this one. And then some of your Hubbards, which I love this one. I don't know. It reminds me of Super Mario Brothers, little mushroom or something. I don't know. It's cute. Very fun. So anyway, some of the gourds. The other thing we have out in front of the harvest store is some of the perennials that you can see them that way. I want to remind you that we're having our Labor Day sale. I'll talk about that a little bit later when I head out to the garden center and show you what we have going on out there. But keep your eyes peeled this Friday for our ad in the little local newspaper, the News Bulletin, River East. It's a fun sale. It's progressive. It'll explain the whole thing. Have fun with it. It's great. Come on down. Fall's the best time to plant. Fall is fantastic for planting. Apples. Fall is the best for native apples, and they are all starting to come in. So, Paula Reds, fantastic apple. It's a great size for the kids' lunch boxes or for your own lunch boxes if you're heading back to work. That's a great, great apple. It has a following, that Paula Red. Ginger Golds are great too. This is a really hard, crisp apple. It's kind of slightly tart, but slightly sweet. I can't describe it, but it's a really good crunch on that one. The Ginger Gold is really a good eating apple. The Gala apple has a similarity to like a Red Delicious. Again, a good size for a lunchbox. Really, really fantastic apple. Ruby Macs are very similar to a Macintosh. It's like an earlier Mac. Nice bright red color. Fantastic eating apple. The next one I want to talk about is the Zestar apple, and this is a fairly newer apple. First off, beautiful color on these. Secondly, it's a nice hard crisp apple, but it has slightly a cinnamon flavor to it, which is odd for an apple, but so good. Like, I can't even describe it. It's fantastic. The other fun thing about it is when you cut it in half, it has a star shape, hence the Zestar name. So cool, right? Fun for the kids. Gonna make you healthy. All right, next is the Cortland, which is always a popular baking apple, but it can be an eating apple as well. These are enormous. Fantastic. They look great. They would be great for an apple pie. It's a rainy day. It's a great day to bake. Why not? You want to make an apple pie, but you don't want to make the crust. We got you covered. We have the Grandma's Flaky Pie Crust Mix. This will make a double crust for you. And it's so good, you guys. I can't even tell you how good it is. Really, really good. This is a company we started buying from out of Maryland. And they're really good. We have, what else do we have from them? We have a blueberry muffin mix, which you could add any fruit to. So you can make an apple muffin if you wanted to. Just don't use blueberries, use apples instead. And then we have a buttermilk biscuit mix as well. Good time of the year for buttermilk biscuit. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, well, pumpkins. My brother just left with the box truck. He is going to get pumpkins, like jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, pumpkins, like these over here. He brought me one. Look at the stem on this pumpkin. These pumpkins, when they have a big stem like that, they last so long. So long. Perfect for decorating the porch. Stick it inside. Make sure it's around though. He's coming back with a bunch of these, so it's that time, September. Speaking of fall in September, I think I've mentioned this before. One of my oldest, longest friends is Auntie Ann, and she does custom signs. She has her own website, or her own Facebook page rather, so look her up on that, Auntie Ann's. But she always drops us off some signs for all of our different seasons, and we got our fall collection in, and I am loving it. I love all of it. I love it. But I think I love fall most of all. My favorite color is fall. These are all hand done, hand painted, hand cut, hand sanded by my best friend, Emily, who's also a teacher in town, for those of you who know her. But we have a fantastic collection. These are the little shelf sitters. Again, we love to support local, and what's more local than East Hampton? So these are the small ones. We do have some larger ones too that she does for us. This one, home is where the heart is. I love that. I absolutely do. And on the bigger ones, she also puts the hanger on, which is nice. So stop in and check those out. I'm going to take you out in the garden center and show you the mums, but in the harvest stand, we have what's called a mumkin, which is this beautiful mum in a pumpkin pot. I mean, really, does it get much cuter than that? So come in and check us out. The girls want to see you, and we still have all of our fresh fruits and vegetables. The corn, I mentioned that before, the Lakeside collection, come in and check that out. Those are selling really well. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about over here. Check out pumpkintown.com, see how we're doing Pumpkintown this year. You know, I'm representing because it's right around the corner. Opening day for The Ride Must Go On is on September 19th. And again, reservations need to be made ahead of time, so we encourage you to do that. And we're gonna have apple cider donuts. Apple cider donuts. So I think that's it. So I'm gonna pick this back up over in the garden center, and I will see you in a few minutes. Hi guys, so I'm out in the garden center. I figured I would give you a peek as to what's going on out here. I do have a lot of stuff with color. If you need to redo some of your annual containers, if everything's starting to look a little bit tired, and you need some fresh color, we got you covered. There's some nice 4-inch annuals, some that will be perennials. If you get them in the ground, they will come back for you. But some really cool stuff, and then all of our mums are out here. So we have some mums that we purchased in that are showing some color, and then we have our grown mums, which are still tight, but they're all organized by variety and by color, so it's easy to choose. And they're tight, and full, and they're just going to explode. The thing about mums is the earlier you get them in the ground, the better chances you have of them coming back. They're not considered perennial, but they're considered hardy. So if you get them in and they get their roots established, just like anything, planting in the fall is fantastic. We have the warmer days, cooler nights, really good root establishment into the ground itself. Really increases your chances of things coming back. So I encourage you to get some planting done in the fall. You won't be disappointed. Plus it's a lot easier to work outside than when it's hot. We get more regular rains, so you're not having to babysit and water as much. And right now is a good time to fertilize too. So your holly tones and your plant tones with your perennials and things like that. There are certain things you shouldn't feed this time of the year. Roses is one of them. Don't feed those. But I'm going to flip you around and kind of give you an idea of what's going on, what color we have. And yeah, and oh, the sale, the Labor Day sale. Don't forget about the Labor Day sale. That ad will be in the paper this Friday, I think. Yes. Comes out this Friday, News Bulletin, River East. But I will also post a copy of it on our Facebook page and our Instagram for you guys to see. So let me flip you. All right, so color. These are the little 4-inch pots. There's some petunias in black. There's some pansies, good fall color in the pansies. Got some Swiss chard, which is always fun. Some marigolds, nice bright orange color. There's some yellows in there too. Here's some of your ornamental peppers. These are so cute. They remind me of candy corns. They're so fall-like. Love that. And then some spikier ones. And then some of the celosia. I love celosia. These are the brain forms. Isn't that cool? Love that. So fun. And then there's some spiky forms too. In this way a little bit. There's some 6-inch pansies as well. Pansies love the cold weather. There's some of the mums that are already starting to show some color. And then farther on back there are the mums that we grew ourselves. And so the way that we set up our mums is they are all broken down by color and separated that way on the tables in blocks. So hanging above every single mum, there we go, is their tag and their name and when they bloom. So this one's in mid-September. So it's gonna be coming along soon. So we have tons and tons. I don't know how many varieties of mums that we grow. If you look farther on, the perennial tables have stuff on it. Those will also be on the progressive sale. I encourage you to look at our ad that'll be coming out for the Labor Day sale, 1 day only sale, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is progressive. So it starts at 30%, then it moves to 40%, and then the last 2 hours of the day are 50% on our trees and trees, shrubs, and perennials, with the exception of hostas. The mums will have a special price as well. There's some of the larger mums down there. Those are, I like to call them plug and play. You just buy it and pop it where you want it. You don't even have to take it out of that pot. Those are loaded. If you're going to do your own containers, I have some of the millet, which will give you that thriller element in the middle. Surround that with some mums, or some of the asters, or the celosia, or even your cabbages, and it'll look fantastic through the whole season. The rest of the season, I should say, till a really hard frost. We got in some new calla lilies in some of your fall colors. So there's that dark purple, almost black, and then some of the oranges. I love those. They're so pretty. And I planted them earlier this spring. They just kept going and going and going, like nonstop. Here's some more of the peppers, those ornamental peppers. And then some of your smaller mums. There's some asters there that are just getting ready to pop. And on the far side there, some more of the celosia, the spike celosia. So what else did I want to mention? Oh, the fall bulbs are in, or the spring bulbs that you plant in the fall. Daffodils, hyacinths, tulips, crocus. There's some of the giant alliums. Those always go fast. Those came in, so buy those early for your best selection and get them in the ground in usually by the end of September or so is the ideal time to plant them, but you buy them early if you want the best selection. Just store them someplace that's cool and dry, and get out there and plant them when you get the chance. And so that's what's going on out here. Still lots of choices to pick from, and again, Labor Day sale, Monday, 1 day sale. It's usually our big clear out, but we actually had to buy stuff in because this year was so exceptional in the gardening industry, and we can't thank you enough for supporting us. We really appreciate it. And so enjoy the rest of your rainy day, you guys. I'm gonna head home and get some stuff done. Time to do laundry. All right, guys, have a great day.